Hello students, I am Krishna Kanjani from LG Institute of Engineering and Technology. Welcome to the online lecture series on kinematics and theory of machine. In this session, we will learn about introduction to mechanism and machine, that is your chapter number 1. Okay, so let's start this session with introduction to mechanisms and machines. So over here, to learn the fundamentals regarding mechanisms and machine, first of all we have to follow this path where we have to learn about kinematic link, kinematic pair, kinematic chain. Okay, so in our previous session we have get idea about what is kinematic link and what is kinematic pair. Now in that session we have learned that kinematic link is a simple link which is having a relative motion with respect to the other link. Now in kinematic pair we have learned that it is a combination of two kinematic links. Okay, now these links are connected in such a way that they are able to transfer completely or successfully constrained motion, then they are termed as a kinematic pair. Okay, so in this session we will learn about kinematic chain. Okay, so let's start with kinematic chain. Now as we can refer the first word, that is kinematic. If we remove this word kinematic, then it is a simple chain. Now as you can refer from this diagram that a chain is a simple combination of various links where the first link is connected with the last link. Now over here this one is an example of chain. Now over here if we give motion to any one link, then it is not defined that the second and the third link will move in which direction. Okay, so this is an example of chain, but we cannot term it as a kinematic chain because the condition for kinematic chain is they are able to transmit motion which is successfully or completely constrained. Okay, so let's consider this example over here. So over here we can learn that a kinematic chain is a combination of various links which are connected in such a way that they are able to transmit motion and power, and they are member of various kinematic pairs. Now another fundamental is that the first link must be connected with the last link, then we can term it as a kinematic chain. Now there are various types of kinematic chains, so let's learn it one by one. So the first example, which is known as a lock chain. Over here we can consider that these three links are connected in such a way that they are making a closed loop. Okay, so first condition is so. Now the second condition, they must have a relative motion. Now over here we can consider that if we will try to move link number 2, then it is not possible to move because it is a locked position. Over here we can say because it is containing only 3 components. Now these 3 members are connected in such a way that they are not able to move relative to each other. That's why we can term it as a locked chain. Okay, now the second chain, that is known as a constraint chain. Now what do you mean by constraint? So constraint means in a definite direction. Okay, so over here you can refer this diagram. So over here with respect to this fixation point, that is your link number 1, that is your fixation point. Your first component is continuously rotating, that is your crank. Now if you will give input to this crank and it is able to rotate, now with the help of this input you are able to get output, that is the oscillation of your this coupler. Okay, so this is an example of a constraint chain. So constraint chain is a chain in which we are able to obtain our desired outputs. Okay, now the third type of chain, which is known as an unconstrained chain. Now over here if we increase one member in our previous example, okay, so in previous we have considered 4-bar chain. If we introduce one more link, then the diagram will become like this. Now over here if we will give input to this link, which is a crank link, that is your link number 2, then this link number 2 will not able to produce definite motion of link number 3. So when we are joining many kinematic links in such a way that they are forming a closed loop, but this closed loop will not produce a definite direction motion as an output, then this type of system is not useful to form a mechanisms. Okay, so that's why this type of system is known as a unconstrained chain. Okay, so that is all about kinematic chain. So it is, we can simply refer that it is a combination of various kinematic links. They are connected in such a way that the first link is connected with the last link and they are able to transmit completely or successfully constrained motion. Now after learning this concept of kinematic chain, now we can introduce about mechanisms. Okay, so let's learn mechanisms. So in a kinematic chain, if we are defining any one of the link, and if we are able to fix that link, then the rest of the motion will be in definite direction. Now over here we have to remember the thing that which link we have fixed, that must be definite, because that will helpful to us to identify that how we are getting the desired output. Okay, so let's refer some examples. So the first example of mechanism is a bicycle. Let's consider this rotating element is your link number 1. Now as you are giving rotary motion to your link number 1, it is transferring motion from this rotating element to your chain element, and due to rotation of this chain element, your wheel is also able to rotate. Now over here you are giving one type of motion, that is your mechanical input rotary motion, and you are able to get again the output as a motion, that is your linear motion of your vehicle. This one is the best example of mechanism. Now be careful, we are not able to term this component as a machine, because over here we are not changing any type of form of energy into another type of energy. Okay, let's consider the second example. You can refer, now as the rotation of this gear is able to produce reciprocating motion of this member. So this is the second example of mechanism. So these are the examples of mechanisms. Now let's learn that how we can classify mechanisms. Okay, so if a mechanism is consisting 4 kinematic elements in that, then that type of mechanism is termed as a simple mechanism. But if a mechanism is consisting more than 4 elements, then it is known as a compound mechanism. In our syllabus, we have to learn only simple mechanisms. So a mechanism which is containing 4 elements, that we have to refer in our syllabus. Okay, so on that based, they are classified into mainly 3 categories. The first category, which is known as a 4-bar chain mechanism. Now, as the name indicates, the mechanism consisting 4 bars. These 4 bars are making 4 turning pairs, so that's why this mechanism is termed as a 4-bar mechanism. Now second example, that is single slider mechanism. So in a mechanism, if we are consisting 4 elements, and from this 4 element, one of the element is slider, then this type of mechanism is known as a single slider mechanism. Now the third type, that is double slider mechanism. So now as the name indicates, if the mechanism is consisting 2 sliding pairs in between them, then they will be termed as a double slider mechanisms. Okay, so this is all about fundamental of mechanisms. Now after getting concept of mechanism, now we can move to learn that how we can form various types of machines. Okay, so let's learn about machines. So over here, first definition of machine. So we can define that machine is a simple collection, or we can say combination of various mechanisms, and these mechanisms will help us to transmit motion as well as power. Then this assembly can be termed as a machine. We have learned various examples of machines in our day-to-day lives. Let's consider the first example, that is the lathe machine. Okay, so over here, lathe machine that is used in mechanical workshops. Another example, we can consider this as a car. Okay, so any vehicle we can consider that over here, in any of the vehicles you will always observe that they will be consisting of various mechanisms. For example, steering mechanisms, power transmitting mechanisms, braking mechanisms. So combination of multiple mechanisms that will help us to convert one form of energy into another form of energy. Over here in the first example, we can consider that the electrical energy will be converted into mechanical energy. Over here in the second example of car, we can refer that the chemical energy of fuel is converted into mechanical energy of rotation of the wheels, which is making a linear motion of your vehicle. Okay, now with respect to this machine, in GTU examination, the most important difference is asked, that is the difference between machine and structure. Now the structure element, so let's first understand what is structure. So we can simply say that a lock chain can be termed as a structure. Now over here you can refer that these 3 links are connected. Now these 3 links are connected in such a way that they are not able to move with respect to each other. Okay, so over here relative motion is possible? Not. Okay, so that's why we are terming it as a structure, or we can say lock chain. Now this lock chain is used to transmit force only. Okay, various examples of structure we can consider as a railway bridge. Okay, is the best example where you can refer that bridge is used to mainly or is constructed for mainly force transmission purpose. Okay, another example that you can consider the railway roofs, or we can say various roofs, or in our day-to-day life we can observe various structures such as buildings and many other forms. Okay, now they will ask the difference between machine and structure. So now we can say that machine is a device which is used to transmit motion as well as power, while the structure is an element which is used to transmit force only. Another difference we can say that the machine is an element which is having relative motion, while in second case we can consider that in case of structure relative motion is not possible. And another example we can give as an examples such as example of machine is lathe machine as a machine as well as car, while in the example of structure we can consider the railway bridge or buildings or many other components which are used for force transmission purpose only. Okay, so this is all about the machine. So now after following this path we can consider that a machine is a simple combination of various kinematic links, and these links are connected to make a kinematic pair, and these pair are connected in a closed loop, and this closed loop is used to produce definite direction motion. So that is forming a mechanism, and this combination of mechanism will help you to define machine. Okay, so this is all about machine. Thank you.